G'day everybody, Simon here, Explosive Action, going off for the final shopping trip of 2023. So I've got to pick up some things for Christmas, but hey, why not check out some shops while we go through. Jumping into the salvos and the pawnbroker next door. Not going to go through those DVDs today, I've been through them 100 times. But check out this VHS of Steel Cowboy. Wow, never heard of this one. It's got James Brolin in it and Rip Torn. And how manly are these John Wayne collector's plates? I feel like replacing all my crockery with this set. I like this old Meccano set, probably from the 80s. Build myself a crane. Check out the DVDs next door. Nothing too exciting here, but I did see this Steve McQueen 4-pack. It's got some good films in it, but geez, I hate how they do this, all the discs on top of each other. X-Files complete DVD seasons 1 to 9. Good little bargain here for $30, but I've got the entire thing on Blu-rays, so I'll leave that for the next person. Into the Vinnies now, see if there's any good DVDs in here. And check out this 2000 AD figure of Slain. Not a big collector of figures, but that's cool. Checking out the DVDs and Blu-rays and the games, because there's some PlayStation stuff here. The first thing we see is Hell is for Heroes. This DVD nearly came home with me until I realised that Kino has a Blu-ray out. Sin City on a fancy collector's edition. Unfortunately it's DVD, so I'll leave it here. V for Vendetta, also a nice collector's edition. Another I've already got on Blu-ray. Matrix Reloaded on VCD? Surprised they even made this thing on VCD. No interest in picking it up, but kind of interesting to see that this actually existed. Check out some PlayStation 2 games. We've got Tekken 4 here. Speaking of Matrix, we have Enter the Matrix, followed by Seek and Destroy. Who doesn't like a good tank game? It's always good to see things that aren't just SingStar games. The worst thing about the Christmas period is Mariah Bloody Carey, and here's two of them. So the local food market's on. I thought I would pick up some of my Christmas supplies here, checking out the wonderful array of cheeses. But now we're going into the city, up the long escalator, and it seems everyone else has got the same idea as me today. Into Utopia Records, we're going to go check out some good stuff. Walk down into the depths of hell. Taking a look at the records on the wall here, we have the new Autopsy and the new Bluthaus Nord. Great to see them on the wall. Just to show you an example of flicking through the used records here, amongst all the Armoured Saint is a lot of stuff that you wouldn't really think is metal. Utopia do put in a lot of just rock and roll. But check this out, Picture Eternal Dark. Alan had talked about this on a stream at some point, and I remember putting it in my Discogs wish list. But this is the Japanese pressing out on Polydor. Very, very cool, taking that home. Oxygen Destroyer, I've already got that album, but very interesting to find it here. Blood Come, this is a hilariously named Wild Rags band. One from their old demo series. Barathrum Fanatico, not a band that I've really got into. DRI, Four of a Kind, similar, not into that band very much. Dread Sovereign, don't know who they are. Marduk, La Grande Danse Macabre, or whatever. Not a particularly good Marduk album, but it's alright. Torch, Electric Hiss, I think I've shown this one before. What a sleazy cover. Sarcophago, Inri, it's a reissue, but I love this album so much. This is the one that's out on Grey Haze from 2016 or so. Ooh, this one's called Drive, Characters in Time, progressive metal from 88. Check out all these Christmas-themed metal shirts. If you ever wanted to get a 5-fingered Death Punch Santa, well, you can get them at Utopia. Check out the used CDs now, Acid Rain, For Victory, Bolt Thrower, awesome Crypt album, and what the hell is this? Ebony Lake, On the Eve of the Grimly Inventive. Cacophonous Records, so there's a good chance it's decent. Might have to phone a friend to see what it is. Old Lady Drivers, I think this is their second album? Never really checked this band out too much. Musical Dimensions of Sleestack. Check this out, we have a tour coming up for Mortiferum from the States, supported by Faceless Burial, Altars, and Contaminated. It's going to be a belter and it's on a boat. Some cool masks up on the glass cabinets here. Some of their more expensive items, knickknacks and rare records. Into egg records now. Don't usually find anything, but it looks like they've got a bunch of stock in. And here's a new local band, The Plague, Within Death. Pretty decent HM2 Swedish style death metal out of Australia. Some classics here, Morbid Angel, Death, Sadistic Execution, bit of Pestilence. These are all just reissues, and I'm pretty sure the store is just trying their luck with some more metal items. That or somebody sold a whole bunch of good stuff. Hellhammer. This band Hakuchi is a Japanese hardcore band. And this is Dark Horse. This one's out on Grindhead. I think they're a bit of a death grind band. Ignivimus, their latest album on LP. Very tempted to get that. Not too sure who Human Failure are, but it's a 10-inch of this band. Most likely hardcore. And Doom. Not the game, the band. No idea who Choke is, but they're left with nothing apparently. Into the vintage markets, see what else is going on today. That's a massive poster of Zorba the Greek, absolutely enormous. One of the stalls in this market is put on by MaximumDaddy-o. I'll leave you a link in the description. He has an eBay store as well. Check out all this VHS. Combat Shock, the original Delta. Very cool to see this here. The Day Time Stopped. Only G-rated. Not sure if this is a kid's film or family film, but it's a good title. Bit of sci-fi, I guess. I Married a Vampire. Faded cover, but a fun film. Quite the stack of VHS on display, but nothing prepared me for this one. Sister Dearest, rated X. This is an infamous Tracy Lords film before she was allowed to make this kind of film, we should say. But I don't think you'd be allowed to export it. No Retreat, No Surrender. One of the very first Van Damme films where he plays the bad guy. Good fun film on Film Pack. The Crawling Hand, a classic 60s horror film. I've never checked this one out. I should do one day. But check this out. The previous owners left a note in there from 2006. The Spirit of Shaolin by David Carradine. This looks like a very interesting book on the martial arts. Quite tempted to take this one home. Wonderful poster here of They Call Him Cobra. Also this one of Big Bad Mama. There was a few copies of this. And Valdez Horses. Bronson Action Packed. I used to have this old Matchbox Mitre 10 truck. Checking out those books again, and yes, more Michael Moorcock. Into repressed records now. There's something I want to pick up here today. Taking a look at the items on the new shelf. Into the metal CDs, and the thing right at the front is the new Neuropath at Damnation's Core. This is their two wonderful demos put together by Sphere of Apparition Records. Highly recommend you picking it up. Classic Sydney death metal. What the hell is Austrian Heavy Metal Alliance? I think these bands might be modern. Certainly look like they're trying to play old school. I'll give this one a listen online. Real Steel Volume 2. I saw this one online and wondered what it was. A rare collection of 7 inches from independent heavy metal bands. I sent Alan an email about this one. Pestilence, Beliefs of Dead Stargazers and Soothsayers. Excellent album out of Australia this year. Really good band. Into the 7 inches, and this is what I wanted to pick up today. The first 7 inch by Malformed, our Uncontrollable Malformity, out on Rotten Life. 5 tracks of filthy Finnish death metal. And we're going to end this journey with a refreshing beer. Right, so let's take a look at the things that I picked up today on this final, I think, shopping trip for 2023. I won't show you all the boring Christmas things I picked up for other people because that's not exciting stuff, but I will show you the things I got for me. For me! First thing I'm going to show you, I picked up that Ebony Lake CD. Look at that cover art. I mean, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's nearly as bad as the band photo. Oh yeah, I mean, this is peak 1999. I wasn't too sure initially if I was going to pick this one up. It looked like the kind of thing that I thought Ben Brain Smasher might know about. And I sent him a message and he said he loves it and he thinks I'll hate it. So okay, I gave it a quick listen in the shop and flicked around a bit to make sure. You know, it sounded actually pretty interesting. Now, it's listed as sort of avant-garde, gothic, black metal, which, I don't know, I don't know, it didn't sound great when I read it, but listening to it, it was pretty interesting stuff, and actually, it's on Cacophonous Records, like I pointed out. It sounds like a bunch of other cacophonous bands from around that time. I could hear, obviously, some Cradle of Filth, I could hear some, Balsagoth, and definitely the biggest thing I could hear was Psy, sort of the more progressive stuff from Psy. Yep, that's what I was getting here. And although it had the word gothic in there, I can hear the gothic tinges. There's plenty of just blasting black metal in here as well, like, you know, symphonic kind of stuff. But from what I could pick up on the brief listen I gave, I haven't listened to it all the way through yet. Was that it chops and changes quite a lot, and I think that's the avant-garde part. It's just, it doesn't hold a beat or anything. It'll just do bits and then another bits and all kinds of strange stuff all over the shop. So look, I'm looking forward to checking this thing out. It is seemingly going to be quite an interesting listen at least. Yeah, there's that horrible band photo. My god, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people in this band. Is that really actually 7 people in this band? And it is just total 90s. Like, my god. There we go. There's keyboards. It's Yasmin on keyboards. Looks like a Star Shots photo for sure. We've got Ophelius there on guitar. Oof, proper goth stuff here. Christopher on bass and Chance. Love a good chant. Ariane on keyboards. Yep, keyboard player to me. Amber on vocals. Though it's got a mix of vocals. It's got male vocals and female vocals. Wow. That drummer's got an awesome jacket. Yep. And we got here Mass on guitars. So, look, it's, 90s. That late 90s period, anything went. I mean, that embossed font, that fairly average cover. It was enough to make me take it off the shelf and go, what is this? I already knew it was going to be 90s or like 2000 maybe, 2001 at a pinch. But, yeah. On the eve of the grimly inventive, from Ebony Lake, all one word. I mean, it even looks like Cradle of Filth stuff on the back there. That's like total Dusk in Her Embrace back cover art right there. So look, Cacophonous, it's only ever had this CD release. It was very, very cheap. I will give it a go. Ben did warn me, so I can't blame anybody. We'll move on to the books now. I've just been slowly just eradicating all the Michael Moorcock's books from this guy. Whatever, why not? These time I picked up 2 individual ones and 2 that form a very short series, just 2. We got here the Time Dweller. Great cover on this one. Awesome. This one, Tales of Other Worlds, Other Dimensions, strangely beautiful with rich surrealistic landscapes, tales of doom, despair, horror, dazzling intervention, inspired genius, including, because this one is a, an anthology. We have Escaping from Evening, The Mountains, The Golden Barge, Consuming Passion, The Pleasure Garden of Felipe Sagittarius. This one's all looking a little bit erotic almost, it sounds like. I doubt it is, but whatever. So there you go. That's the Time Dweller. This one here is The Black Corridor. Dig this one. Looks a little bit more horror. The world is sick. The forces of chaos have energized the planet. Leaders, Führers, juicers, prophets, visionaries, gurus, and politicians are all at each other's throats. Chaos leers over the broken body of order, to capital O. Ryan freezes his family into suspended animation, sets off for the planet Munich 15040, the planet Munich. 5 years distant. He will then re-establish order in a new world and create a happier, healthier, saner, more decent society for the ones that he loves. But they are suspended, they cannot talk, and he is alone in space, unable to see his destination. Duh, duh, duh. Yeah, I don't know. It just sounds good to me. So yeah, we will check out The Black Corridor. And these two form a very short series. The Ericos series of just 2 books. And I do wonder, just like some of the other Moorcocks that I showed, which were then heavily inspired for Kirith Ungol. I thought it was Cirith, but apparently it's Kirith. I wonder if Eternal Champion may have gotten their name from this book, given their covers are kind of similar to this, and their themes are very much this kind of stuff. Great cover, this one, The Eternal Champion. Ericos, the Eternal Champion, the immortal, pulled from the 20th century through the ties of time to humanity, where time does not exist. This one looks pretty interesting to me. And like I said, this one is part 1 of 2, just a 2-part from, at least at the time of publishing. This one is Phoenix in Obsidian. That's the 2nd book. Another great cover on this one. As Ericos, the Eternal Champion, he slew the human race that had betrayed his ideals and loved Ermazard, the Eldrin princess. Oh, Jesus, just so fantasy. Look at these things here. We've got snakes and things with human heads. Looks amazing. This cover artwork's by Bob Haberfield. So, yeah, there you go. That is Phoenix in Obsidian. We've got 4 more Moorcocks. I'm going to just have a Moorcock just blast through them all. I'm gonna have Moorcock. And next up, we're gonna have a look at the 7-inch that I picked up because, yeah, this was pretty good to see at Repressed Records. This is a brand new one. This is Malformed, who are a brand new death metal band. I think they're actually out of Finland, so ticking the boxes for me there. This is Uncontrollable Malformity. They managed to squeeze 5 tracks onto this 7-inch. It's like 16 minutes. You can get quite a bit onto a 7-inch if you do it at 33 RPM. Haven't listened to this yet, but I mean, look at it. I gave it like a 20-second listen online when I saw the listing and went, yeah, fine. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be stuff I like. I already know. Logo's great. Cover's awesome. Quite simple in the colors. And yeah, the band doing that completely death metal pose. Sort of your Dismember early photos there. So yeah, good stuff. I mean, song titles: Malformity, Eyes Torn Out, Satisfactory Evisceration, not an unsatisfactory one, Descendants of Celestial Beings, and Suffocative Repulsion. Amazing. Out on Rotted Life. This is the kind of stuff I'm always surprised and go, yeah, that's cool that this showed up at a record store. So there you go, 7-inch. An Australian record store, I should say. Get this stuff locally. Simple lyric sheet. Very good. And pop that one in there. So yeah, looking forward to giving this one a spin. Only, like I said, 15 minutes or so. The new 7-inch. There's also a CD and a tape, I think, of Malformed with Uncontrollable Malformity on Rotted Life. Excited to check that one out. And I picked up 3 records from Repressed. I decided I've been eyeing this one off for a very, very long time, and they got new copies of it in a few months ago now. It's been there for a while, but the price was good, and I decided, yep, time to get an album from this band. I got 1 track they did on the, I think it's Eons of Chaos or something, 4-way CD comp. I've got that, but this is a Cryptic Shift with visitations from Enceladus. Yeah. Enceladus. I don't know why I checked the spine. Of course, it's easy to read. But anyway, it's had a few reissues. It's a 2020 album, #1 death metal album 2020 from Metal Hammer. That's big praise. Considering this thing's out on Blood Harvest, probably explains why when I looked them up on Metal Archives, the band photo now has the Metal Blade logo on it. So I guess they've been picked up and working up on a full length through a bigger label. That would be my guess. It had a different cover originally, and the CD that was in the shop had a different cover, but I quite prefer this sort of moon type shot here, the visitations from Enceladus. So yeah, this band is a sort of technical death thrash, proggy kind of thing, like your what's the band that's Nucleus, something like Nucleus. I reckon they're a bit like them. Guy's got a Time Ghoul shirt, that should help, but it's a little bit thrashier, like like Nucleus has got that thrashy sound to it. Yeah, I haven't given this a proper listen yet, but the side A is one long song, and takes many journeys and things, and then side B has got 3 tracks on it. So yeah, gonna give this one a good spin. Looking forward to it. And then we take a look at the side. A lot of things inside here. We get a poster that has the other artwork. There you go. So that's nice. That's on the CD or the first release LP, if you prefer that. And for some reason, I got 2 of these. This is the lyrics. There you go. Looking good. Band photos. Standard stuff. But for some reason, I got 2 of them in the record. I don't know why, but I did. And the record itself is on a nice blue. So there you go, translucent blue. Very nice. Yeah, that's everything you get in there. I think that's it. Nope, I lied. Of course I lied. And I know I lied because I already checked this out. This one came with a bonus CD, which was called Pleasure... What? Pleasure Plasm, I think it was. Pleasure of Plasm. Pleasure of Plasma. I'm really tired. It's a long shopping day. Pleasure of Plasma, which is 31 tracks, and they're all got names. And I wondered, okay, what's this going to be? And it was kind of what I thought it might be. You remember Morbid Angel did that 2-disc version of Heretic, and the second disc was just Trey just doing weird guitar noodles. It's the same thing here. It's just instrumental guitar solo stuff. So it's not necessary, but as a freebie chucked in, and if you do like that kind of stuff, you like just having sort of virtuoso little solos and things. Perhaps, I don't know, because I haven't listened to the album yet. Maybe it's all the leads just transplanted and thrown onto a CD. But nice little thing. Chuck that in there as well. Gets its own cover artwork, own CD. Show you the disc inside. So yes, not the album. It is just bonus guitar solos and things. So yeah, good to have. And got to reassemble all this stuff, put it back in. And so I picked up 2 original pressings from Utopia Records. You probably may have guessed if you'd seen the start of this video, which I assume you have because you're at the end of this video. But I picked up Drive, Characters in Time. I was really drawn in by this cover artwork when I saw it there. Had no idea what it was. Thought, okay, this has got one of 2 ways it's going to go. It's going to be sort of proggy metal kind of stuff, or it's going to be just progressive rock, because this is Utopia. They have a mix of everything. If it's got a guitar, they kind of sell it. Thankfully, it turns out to be kind of progressive metal. It's from 1988. Band's out of Texas, and this was their first album. I think they only did 2. Second one was in 1992. Even the back, look at it and like, okay, this is going to be, this is going to be Dad's music or something. It's going to be something you find at the record fair under the rock section, and it may not be for me, but no, not at all. Quite heavy, to be honest. Like the vocals, I've only given it a very, very cursory listen. The vocals are very clean and very soaring. Really hits some notes there, and the music is very lots of double kick, little triplets and patterns and things. I thought it was really quite intricate. So yeah, I'm looking forward to digging into Drive. Not the world's best band name, and there's another band called Drive that's a bit of a glam band, but these guys are not glam. Look, they're all in black, looking very serious. So yeah, this is a 5-piece, and at the time we're in Texas. Lyrics on this side. Not sure if they're still around or not. Came out on Rampage Records. Never heard of them. There you go. Gave it a quick test just to check out the records so far. Gave it a clean. Plays mint, so that is very good. Drive, Characters in Time. Like the artwork, you've got birds stuck in the sandy hourglass there. There. Spacey, Saturn or something. Yeah, so there you go. 1988, Rampage. It's also got a rhino there on that logo, and then it says Rhino Records. So I don't know, Rhino, Rampage, whatever. Drive, Characters in Time. And the last one, obviously I was going to pick this one up. Some pure Alan core here. This is Picture with Eternal Dark Japanese pressing. Very cool. I actually had the just the Netherlands press on my watch list, and I thought it might show up one day. Never did, whatever. But then I go into Utopia and the Japanese one's there. Fine, I'll take it. So this is 1983, which for me in my metal journey is a very early example of heavy metal. Don't really dabble that much in sort of that 82, 83 period yet, but Picture is one that I wanted to check out, and this isn't even their first album. This is like their third or fourth. They were going since 1980 or something along those lines. This one, though, I think from the very, very quick listens I've been giving, is sort of at that point, they're sort of their most metal, their heaviest kind of one. Metal Archives has them as early heavy metal and then later hard rock. I think they're one of those bands, they got older and maybe got a little less metal and a bit more rocky. But here it's just straight up heavy metal. I gave this one a good listen online a long time ago, or whenever it was that Alan talked about it on one of the streams and then made me interested to chuck it on. Band is out of Holland, and like I said, from 1983. So nice find. It's got some some damage here. Looks like it's some point's been sitting down, like laying flat. Maybe something's eaten it along the side there. I've seen that kind of marking before from like some kind of creature, but it doesn't really matter too much. On Black Door and Polystar. So there you go. And yes, being Japanese press, it's an OBI or an OB strip. That is what they call a large one, because the whole thing comes out. So there you go. Got the, I presume, lyrics or thanks list. It's all in Japanese, so no idea what's going there. I'll get the old Google Lens out at some point. Might be a bit of a history, because I see 1981 and then Picture. Maybe this is a little bit of a bio of the band. And then lyrics here in English on the back, and then the OBI information. So happy to pick this one up. The record itself is nice and clean. Plays again. I haven't even give it a quick sample, but there you go. On Black Door, which is, I guess, Polydoor's Japanese imprint of some description. And happy to have it. Pretty happy with the price. Got it down a little bit. And Picture, Eternal Dark. Do dig the cover on this one. This again, like I said, it's their third or their fourth album, and their logo was different before this. It was a very rock-looking logo, proggy rock kind of logo, and their covers were never this cool. That's full Terminator kind of thing, but he's got robot skull and pre-Terminator. That's the next year. That's 84. Got the eyeball there and all that kind of stuff. It's a cool cover. The logo's better. Sounds like heavy metal to me. Got metal around his neck there. Good stuff. Eternal Dark. Not too sure how much of this band I need to go and explore with. I did. They're still around. The old men now playing the heavy metals. I checked out one of their later songs. They've definitely just gone into that hard rock sound, but with a modern metal production, to make it sound like it's metal. But it sounds very hard rocky to me. So probably nothing I want to follow. But this album, good stuff. Eternal Dark. Thank you, Alan, for whenever in the past that you talked about this, but it was enough to get me to buy it. And there you go. That is the shopping trip, the Christmas version of the shopping trip. I got all the various things I had to get for Christmas festivities, and I picked up some metal and some books for myself. Hope you enjoyed coming along to this next shopping trip. Everybody seems to like coming along with me on these shopping trips, and I thank you for joining me. If you did, please like, subscribe, check out this thing. Check out this thing. I'll see you next time.